So I was debating shark movie or crocodile movie. Deep Blue Sea 3, Blackwater Abyss. It's been Shark Week, so I was kind of tired of the shark, so I figured, all right, crocodile. I hadn't seen Blackwater. This is a sequel to Blackwater, but I'm familiar with its director, Andrew Trauki. I think I pronounced that right. I'll put the name up here. Trauki? I think so. Anyway, he did The Reef, which is my favorite shark movie since Jaws. I think it's Jaws and The Reef. It's that good. If you haven't seen The Reef, check it out. So I thought, all right, well, I know what he's done for sharks, so let's see what he can do for crocodile. So I chose Blackwater Abyss. Blackwater Abyss, what's this all about? We got a group of 5 people. It always seems to be 5 people. All right, we got 2 couples. We have a married couple that's going through some problems. They've been married a little while, but the spark isn't there and they got some issues. Then the other couple, the guy, he's in cancer. His cancer is in remission. And then the woman, she's pregnant but hasn't told him yet. And we spend about the first 10 or 15 minutes of the movie, maybe not great character development, but just enough for you to care, which is important. And then we have the fifth wheel guy. And the fifth wheel guy, he knows where this hole in the ground is for these empty caverns. Yeah, I definitely identify with the fifth wheel. I'm an absolute fifth wheeler. I never have anybody to bring. So in a horror movie, I'm doomed. So whatever our destination of death is going to be, a lake house, some campground, in this case, some uncharted caverns in a hole in the ground, yeah, I'm done. And I'm doing it solo. All right, so this group, the fifth wheel guy and this other guy, have a little bit of experience exploring caverns, and there's some money to be made, especially having been explored before. They're unnamed. You can make some money doing these things. So they decide to rappel in, and once they rappel in, they start exploring, problems start to mount. Even though this film follows, I mean, it isn't groundbreaking. We've seen this before, but it's done well. We know there's a crocodile involved, but there's something else too. There's the water level. Once they get deeper and deeper, they realize the water's rising. Now all of a sudden, they just can't walk back where they came from. They have to swim. So the director does a really good job of multiple levels of tension. The movie's claustrophobic. It looks good. Even the wide shots seem claustrophobic. There's darkness. There's a lot of levels that build the tension. And I like that because it wasn't just built on jump scares. The water's murky. There's an eerie, unsettling feeling. You hear a splash, a ripple. And there's a great use of light. And that's where I get into something I've never seen before. The group travels through this small, tight cavern, right? These like tunnels. And they come up into a bigger cavern. And they have a handheld lamp. They put the handheld lamp by the entrance. So to mark the entrance. And as they kind of sort of separate and they go amongst exploring the walls, this big room, this big space. And the light dims. It doesn't go out, it dims. And one guy goes, "Oh, I wonder if I check the batteries or not." And I thought, okay, here we go. It's going to be a movie with flashlights going out, shaking, and then there's light, then it goes dark, then it's light, and it's going to build to a jump scare. I've seen all this before, but it doesn't. And that's where we come to something I've never seen in a horror movie. And it was simple, and I don't know if it was intentional. All 5 characters have a minor light on their head, and they have a handheld flashlight. And none of them go out. All 5 of them throughout the whole movie, all the flashlights, all the lights work, except for the one that dimmed a little that they used to mark the entrance. And on top of that, what the director does is he uses light to build tension. He doesn't build tension by taking light away. Because the use of the light, especially in the wide screens where you see the beam of light coming through the darkness and you can see it illuminating like the murky brown water, but the light doesn't go far enough. The characters have to get in the water and go farther into the water, like chest deep water, so the light can reach the other side and say, is that a passage? Is that not a passage? Is that a way out? I thought that was really well done. Really well done. As far as the crocodile, it looks good. And the director does a good job in building tension when the crocodile's not here. Kind of like Jaws, where you know it's there, but you can't see it. There's a ripple of the water, a little bit of a splash. Character will dive under, and the light beams, and the water looks really good. It's murky. It's got debris floating in it. It's brownish and bracket. Really cool. Really well done. And again, I didn't I don't know if they use CGI. I'm sure they did, but it's cut like quick scenes. The attack scenes are pretty cut. It's done well, where it doesn't take you out of the film. So maybe by this point you're thinking, well, what the hell's the difference between an alligator and a crocodile? Well, here we go. The snouts, crocodile seems to be a little more toothy, and the habitat. Alligators are freshwater, crocodiles are more saltwater. So there you go. Is there some issues? Sure. There's the obligatory scene of the cell phone. We got to dismiss the cell phones, or we have to explain why they're inoperable. In this case, it kind of makes sense. They're in a remote location, and also they're about, 20, 30 feet underneath with solid rock above them. So, okay, you're not going to get a cell phone signal. But there's seems to be more and more horror movies have to either explain away the cell phone or the reason why they don't have a cell phone. So that's one issue with the film. Also, without giving too much away, there's something that was there, but the characters never saw it until later on. I thought, do you think they would have seen that? It seemed kind of lazy way to do it, to get from one part of the movie to the next. So I think, okay, by that time I was having a good enough time where I thought, all right, I could buy into that. Yeah, Blackwater Abyss, it's a fun creature feature, people versus nature. Today it's dark and dreary with some light rain out. Perfect day to sit back and enjoy a film it gives you just enough. You know about the characters just enough, and as the movie goes on, you learn more about who they are, which adds to it. So you care just enough, and that's important. If you don't care about the characters, you're just waiting for everybody to die, then it's not going to have. To me, I need a little bit more than that, and it does that. And again, just the claustrophobic sense of it, the look of it, how the light looks, the flashlights, the sound, everything's really done well. It doesn't rely on jump scares. I enjoyed it. I think it's one of those movies. If I saw it again on TV, I'd stop and I'd watch it. It's rewatchable. The ending's a little over the top, but by that point, it's pretty exciting. It works. It's well done. It's well acted. It's a good movie. I like The Reef better, but what this movie does is it does want me to go back and watch Blackwater, the first one. So yeah, it did its job. That's it for Blackwater Abyss. Hope you enjoyed the review. If you like what you're seeing, hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up. That'd be great. I'm Joe. This is Color Positive Movies. Hope to see you again. And until next time.